You're listening to In My Humble Opinion with Charles Lewis and Maxilia Robinson. Only on 101 Jams.
So today's Ask Max question is, spare the rod or spoil the child? Which one is it? Which one is it? You know.
And it's very interesting because you're a mother, I'm a father, but we both African American. We both come from the rural South.
Right.
So we have a lot in common, but you being a woman and a mother, I'm curious to hear your answer to that listener's question, and I'll give mine. But if we're being stereotypical, I'm pretty sure y'all can guess some of our opinions here. But go ahead.
Well, you know we're gonna keep it 100.
Gotta.
So I come from the school of do not spare the rod.
Well.
I have a few kids and few children and
Light bill sky high.
I'm not I have kids, and I believe that when correction is necessary, I believe that it is still a parent's job to train up a child, and so part of that training is discipline. That discipline, of course, comes in many forms. You send you to the room, stand in the corner, might be a lecture or something like that. But there are times when, in my humble opinion, using the rod is necessary. Now there's a line between correction and abuse. So you have to be careful, not to cross that line, because the intention is to, when the action warrants it, when it's severe enough, and you have to use the rod, then you got to make sure to use it in the right way, and so that it gets the reaction and the understanding that it's intended to.
Right.
All right. So, I believe in using the rod when it's necessary.
Okay.
Oftentimes we can talk our way out through situations, but sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to put that stern hand down, because I believe if I don't correct you and teach you better, then when you get older, there'll be somebody trying to put you in jail. So
say so.
So that's where I stand with it.
Yeah, and so I'm the father of all boys. All my biological kids are boys.
So you got rods flying everywhere in your house.
Hey, and that's the thing. So people tell me, and then based on my personality and people that know me, some people feel like that I'm pretty hard, on my boys, and some have said even too hard. And I've said that I would want a daughter. And then I have those same people that tell me that because of my personality, the inverse of that is that they think I would be too soft on a girl. And they say, "Oh man, she would be so spoiled rotten. She may be a brat, but she'll definitely be daddy's little girl. She'd be a princess."
Well, I have to tell you, like from observing you, I can't call it. I can't call which type of disciplinarian you are. Okay. Like, I don't know if you. I can see you trying to talk to your kids and reason with them and get them to understand.
For sure.
But I don't know if you one of the people when you're in your house, you be like, "Boy, didn't I tell you?"
Oh, for sure. Oh, Lord. Oh, get on the last nerve. Girl might say you get on my last nerve.
Right.
So everybody knows how hard-headed boys could be, and in general, I think, it seems boys, are the more. And talking about just growing up small age, tend to be the ones that always have to prove something. The ones that got to be competitive and then get this, get little injuries and things like that. Whereas in general, of course, I'm generalizing. No, not everybody's the same, but in general, girls are more of the pleasers. Like, girls want, just want to know that you think that they're doing a good job, and that generally satisfies them. For that affirmation. But with the boys, my boys gone through some stages where they've been quite hard-headed, and to where you feel like that you're pressed to that point. Because I definitely believe that communication skills are great, and I think during growing up, your development stages, being taught that everybody's different, everybody makes mistakes, people are gonna do things you don't like doing, and this is reciprocal. This is parent and child's perspectives. But you got to know, you should be able to talk. So I think parents should have a relationship with their children. Not that I'm your friend and you can, unless you do anything and act like it's okay. I'm your parent. We got that clear. But I feel like that talking to children is very important. And as the parent, I do believe that there comes a time where when the talking seems not to be working, that the discipline phase of spanking, whatever you want to call it, like you said, when we're talking about
AKA whoop your tail.
Yeah, when we're talking about beatings and spankings, we're not talking about abuse here.
Right.
And we're talking about hand, to the leg, the butt, whatever you think. And so doing that, I feel like it comes to a point to where
somebody
it's
listening
necessary.
to you. I keep interrupting you, but somebody listening to you talking about hand. Not where I come from.
Get the belt buckle, and so I because also there's that time that I've gone through with my boys to where it's like, okay, you're not listening, and in life, people are going to talk to you, but then after a while, life can knock you down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when life knocks you down, it could be a rude awakening. And so I feel like that's why sometimes the pain that you're going to face in life, since it's going to be so much worse, than a parent disciplining you and spanking you.
Right.
So to me, letting my parents feeling disappointed in me, or like I let them down. Same thing with my kids. If I feel like I let my kids down, like that's like some of the deepest pain that that I've ever felt. So I try to have that line of communication and that relationship with my own children. But I just feel like that discipline and being stern, talking first, but knowing that, hey, if you keep acting up, there's some hard consequences in life.
Right.
So to me, that sparing the rod, spoiling the child is a teaching moment, is a great life lesson that, hey, can't just keep doing whatever you want to do. There's structure, there's rules, and when you break them, there's some tough penalties out there in life for you.
Right, absolutely. You become an adult and do, display some of this activity or this way of thinking, then the consequences isn't mom or daddy, having to face them. The consequences are having to face other people. You know what I mean? So I certainly believe that when it's necessary, it has to be done in order to, to shape that child.
Yeah. And we got Be Easy in here setting up for a mix. Be Easy, do you spank your kids?
Hey, what's up? In my humble opinion, no, I don't.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, when they were younger, my daughter's 15, my son's 14. When they were younger, if they touch something that's dangerous or they definitely can't touch, I'd smack them on the hand.
Gotcha.
But as far as like spanking, nah, never really did too much of that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, if they, sometimes if they were to touch something that could burn them, or if they're touching something that's definitely dangerous or something, I would definitely smack them on the hand. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There you go. Yeah, and that's one thing I learned when it comes to families, marriages, parenting. Like, there's no one way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to deal with the personalities, meet them at their level, and whatever works for you works for you.
And I also think, like, say a child was about to run into the street or something like that. I mean, there's been times when they were younger and they didn't listen when you say come back, so you chase them down and you grab them and spank them on the butt like once or something like that, or on the leg or something like that. Like, that's not, I don't really consider that like a spanking. A spanking, I think, is like repeated, and that's something. I haven't really done that, but yeah.
Good point.
So, like one tap lets them know it's for real. You better not do that again.
Right.
There you go.
For your own safety, for your own good.
Thank you for your insight.
Yep.
Oh, you're welcome.
For
You're welcome. Thank y'all, man.
For sure. Be Easy, good friend of In My Humble Opinion, Mix Squad DJ. That's right. We're Deacon, so we got one of Max's kids here today with us. Deacon was peeking in the door. Deacon, I don't know if you can hear me out there, but come tell the listeners a story about your mama. And if tell us the worst spanking you ever got.
He's busy right now. He's busy. He's busy. Go get some ice cream.
Is Deacon calling 911 right now? No, that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah, there you have it. So spare the rod, spoil the child. That's what we think here at In My Humble Opinion. Thanks for listening.